Hey boys and girls, Naomi back with IGN's E3 live show streaming at you from e3.ign.com. During last E3, Rage was awarded IGN's Game of the Show for 2010. Well, it's a year later, so let's see how things are shaping up.
Thanks, Naomi. Charles here, and to talk about Rage, we have id Software's Tim Willits. And I believe we're actually going to see a live demo of the game, if I'm correct. So this is the first full production first-person shooter from id in a while.
Yes.
Which is exciting. So can you give a little overview of what we're seeing here?
Okay, well, what we're showing today and what we're highlighting is the Authority prison. So a lot of people have said, you know, Rage, it's post-apocalyptic, it's a wasteland, there's mutants, is that it? You know, so that's why we want to focus on this enemy type to show that there's more than just these wild mutants. The Authority is kind of this omnipresent military group that you ultimately will fight against. And what we're showing here is the player breaking into their prison facility, which they kind of upgraded from before the asteroid hit, and we're trying to save Captain Marshall from he leads the resistance, and we're sent in to save him.
Okay, and I mean, so I played the game a little bit.
Cool.
I know that there are multiple ways to take on enemies. I mean, there are guns, but you do get some other options for battle as well.
Yeah, and that's the key thing with Rage is player choice. Because, you know, I'm tired of playing games when I get a choice of 2 weapons. In Rage, everything you pick up, you can use. You know, and each of the weapons has various ammo types. As well as we also have a whole host of these engineering items that allow you to really engage the enemy the way you want to.
Yeah, and so you can actually build things. Like I know you can build turrets, and I think in this section, don't you get like little spider bots or something like that?
Exactly, which is what we're showing right now.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That is an engineering item. What's neat about these items is that they have unique pieces, but they also share a lot of the pieces. So as a player, you may have schematics to make RC bomb cars or turrets or sentry bots, but you have to choose what you want to make. So there's definitely a lot of strategy. And the AI will react to how you play. Like our AI knows about all the engineering items, they know about all the weapons, and they'll react differently based on what you use against them.
Like so if there's like a spider bot crawling across the ground, they'll be like, wow, that's a spider bot.
They'll be like, spider bot, and they'll target it, and if you try to sneak in with an RC bomb car, they'll shoot at it. So this is not, you know, mindless AI. These guys are smart. Okay,
and speaking of minds and AI, I know the crossbow, which I believe we're seeing right now, has an alternate ammunition type that's pretty interesting.
Yes. The crossbow comes with the mind control snare, which we're using right now. You take control of your bad guys and you blow them up. I mean, how awesome is that? You know, just take over some poor guy, walk him to his buddies, and then detonate him. It's really a lot of fun, and that's one of the great things about Rage, is because this is a new IP, this is a new game for us. You know, we have the flexibility to be as creative as we want. We're not boxed into like a Quake universe or a Doom universe. So if we come up with crazy ammo types like that, why not? It works.
Yeah, and I mean, so we're seeing a lot of action here, but beyond this, it's actually sort of an open world style structure to the entire game, right? You can explore, you can talk to people, you can interact and things like that.
Yeah, we like to call it open but directed. So there is a story. You know, there's a narrative. It's much deeper than we've had in the past. There's lots of history and exploration to do. But if you wish to go off and do side missions, the world will definitely reward you for that.
Okay, and there are also vehicles, which I know we will not see in this sequence, but can you just briefly touch on how vehicles come into the single player experience and how that's actually incorporated into the multiplayer as well?
Sure, yes. The one key component of Rage, of course, is the vehicle combat. What we wanted to do is make from getting to point A to point B as much fun as what you do when you get there. So in Rage, when you're in the wasteland, you know, you have your buggy or your Caprino, and you have to, you know, buy bullets for it. You can put armor on it, and you can race it if you want in race circuits, and that adds a lot of variety to the otherwise kind of run and gun experience of a first-person shooter. You know, so we don't force you to do too much racing, but it's there if you wish to explore it and it actually extends the gameplay experience.
Okay, and I mean, can you talk a little bit about the technology that's actually powering this game? Because it's all new from id, which of course is exciting considering its history.
Yes, yes. You know, id has a long legacy of making some great engines that have powered some of the best first-person shooters out there. With Rage, we have a brand new technology called id Tech 5. And on the cornerstone of id Tech 5 is the Mega Texture, or virtual texturing system, which allows us to uniquely paint everything differently. So you're not running through like the same space corridors, you know, all day long. And it really allows our artists to really be real artists. They can paint these wonderful things, and they can decorate this world and make it really lush and have a lot of variety to it. The engine also is completely cross-platform. You know, runs great in the PC, the 360, and the PS3 at 60 hertz. Now, 60 hertz is important, and many people don't know what the difference between 60 and 30. But if you play a game that's running at 60, it just feels right. It just feels better. We know when you got your hand on your shotgun and you hit that button, you get instant response. And that's key to a great first-person shooter.
And that doesn't stutter. That's consistent, or that's the goal at least.
Yes, yes. And we have John Carmack, who is everyone knows is a genius, you know, and he's busy, you know, as we speak, you know, putting the final touches on the engine.
Okay. And then, I mean, in addition to the combat and the driving, there are some side activities you can do as well, if I'm correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We have an economy system, and sometimes you may find yourself a little low on cash. So you can compete in some of our like mini games, and these are fun games of chance or a little skill. So you can earn a little cash that way. The racing circuits, and then of course we have like side missions, like board missions. You may go up to the job board in town and see, oh, someone has a mutant problem, and you can accept that job and then go off and complete it.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, how long, I know this is a difficult thing to put a number on, but people are always asking, you know, how long is the experience? How many hours could somebody expect to spend playing this game if they wanted to explore, if they weren't just rushing through to the end?
Yeah, that's definitely a tough question, and it's not a short game, because I'm tired of playing these 4-hour games. You know, Rage is definitely has some epic proportions to it. Oh boy, I mean, it's definitely up there. It's definitely to the 15 to 20 hour experience. It's not short.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, it sounds like there'll be quite a bit of content in there.
Yeah.
Can you say the release date and just when people can expect to pick this up?
Yes. Rage will be done, and we'll ship October 4th. It'll be in, like I said before, it'll be on all 3 platforms: the PC, the 360, and the PS3.
Okay. Well, we look forward to that in October. Thank you, Tim, for a look at Rage, and back to you, Naomi.
Thanks a lot for that demo, guys. And for our fans out there, how did Rage look to you? Follow at IGN on Twitter and let us know with the hashtag E3. Coming next, we're going to see a long-awaited sequel to Prey. See you guys soon.